Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we have successfully complete every option for the student management, right? So here we successfully complete everything. So right now I want to start our another option. Our another option will be in our school management system, that is the employee management. And with the employees management, we will cover the employee registration, employee salary, employee leave, employee attendance, and also the monthly salary. Okay, so step by step, we'll cover every option for the employee management. So before redirected to the employee management option, I also want to share one things with you, which I have noticed. Right now, that is our one of the school management system ERP software, right? So into the software, everything actually connected in our admin. That means after that logging, then you can able to access every your field, right? So they have the no URL for the in our front end. So if you go to our web route, into the web route, you can see every URL I have created and everything is on our backend. Right, so here I have created all that route for the backend. So I want to do, like, if you go to that is actually a view user. So right now I am already logged in, right? So for the logging, you can able to access this URL, but if you want to access this without logging, like, I copy it and now I open it with the incognito. So I open it here. Right now I'm not logging, right? So if you now want to access this URL, now you can see, friend, now it's actually showing you some of the error. So that is the things I want to prevent. So if you want to prevent it, it's pretty much simple. In Laravel, they have by default one of the middleware as a auth middleware. I show you, like, if you now go to that is middleware, that means in our app, into the app there is a HTTP, and into the HTTP there is the middleware. Okay, so into the middleware, if you go to that kernel is means whatever the middleware you will created, you have to register it into the kernel. So in fundamental, I have already discussed about that things with you, how can create that middleware and how can register it, right? So into the register, if you go, and here they have also one of the auth. You can see that is our auth. So this is the one of the middleware name, and that is the authenticated middleware. And if you put your cursor, you can see that is actually middleware and the authenticate.php. That means there is the middleware and that is our authenticate.php, and here it should be check it. That means it should be check it when this user, that means not a request is expect JSON, then it should be automatically return this route with the logging page. So as I told you, when you install that Laravel authentication system, Laravel actually provided by default some of the authentication. So that is one of the authentication as a logging. Okay, that is default authentication. That means this user automatically it should be redirected to the logging page. Okay, if you use this auth, so that is actually our auth, right? So right now I want to actually use this middleware. If you want to do that work, if you go to your web route, and into the web route here, you can see I have created that is our prefix group. That is also one of the group route. So here I have created it and I just name it as a user, and there is our group function, and there is another one for the profile, and there is another one for the setups, right? So right now I want to take everything in one group. That means another group, and every prefix, all the routes, I want to take it into the one of the middleware group. Then everything will work perfectly. I show you for doing this here. Before this user, I want to add one of the another route. I want to add another route, and here I add that will be also as a group. That will be also as a group, and then here I want to add one of the middleware. Okay, I add that middleware. Our middleware I want to access that middleware as a auth. That means that will be as a auth. Okay, as I told you, into the kernel I have registered by default. Actually, that is totally by default. So I want to use this by default auth middleware. So that is our auth. Okay, and after that I want to add that function. So that will be as a function. Perfect. So into the function area, so that is actually our last one. Okay, so that means this function will be started from here, and all that group prefix route I want to include it in our particular this middleware. Okay, so if you want to do that work, so that is our last one. I cart it, so that will be started from to this position, and then I want to add all that our route. So that is all that our route. And after this, okay, that is our last one, right? So after this, I want to add it. That means that will be actually end of our this middleware route. Okay, so if you want to add some of the note, I put some of the note as and middleware route, okay, or auth route. So that will be our and middleware auth route. So now our problem will be solved. If you now click the save all. So right now that I am not logging. So without logging, if you want to access this URL, now if you click the enter, yes, you can see it's perfectly redirected to you the logging page. Okay, so that is the actually middleware working. So here, as I told you, to the authentication by default, it will be check it. If not that accept JSON, then it will be return redirect to the logging page. So right now you can see everything is great. So it's now redirected to the logging page. So now if you want to access it like this one, so right now I'm logged in. So with login, if you want to add that add user, is perfectly okay. And now if you copy it, and now if you want to access it without logging, click as a paste, now click as a add, it will be return redirect to you to the logging page. Okay, I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. So that is the simple things you have to do. So here I just simply and this our middleware auth. So and started that every group into this middleware group. Okay, so that's all you have to do. So in our next video, I want to start our another section for the employee management, and in the employee management, our first section will be as an employee registration. Okay, so how can complete that employee registration in our next video? I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.